Well, howdy folks, Hellcrix here, and welcome to Mercenary Thoughts from the Inner Sphere, episode 123. And today we're going to delve into the 3050 Inner Sphere mechs, and we're going to start off with the Blackjack. Yes, the Blackjack. It's the 45-ton mech that I like using in the 3039 era, just because it can do some interesting support roles, pretty much. And it's kind of mobile. It's let's just talk about this one. We're going to be talking about the Blackjack /2, which is not very similar to the Blackjack 1 of the 3039 era, which we're going to delve into that one here in a second too. Now the Blackjack 2 is a 464 mobile, has jump jets, 11 double heat sinks. Yay! We've been talking about those things a while back, about one of the best things you can do for a mech if you have a lot of fire that you can throw down range. Double heat sinks are great. It has 136 points of armor, which is the same as the 3039 one. But here is where we're going to start diverging greatly from the standard 3039 era mech. Alright, this one has a ER large laser in the right and left arm. Okay, so you can do 8 points of damage out to 19. That's pretty good. Not the really far range that you had had with the AC2s, but you're looking at 2 points of damage versus 8. Okay. But it comes at a cost. Each one of those does 12 heat, so you're doing 24. Okay. You can dissipate 22. So your movement, you can move, run, fire, do that for a turn before you have to figure out what you're going to do. Either shut down one of those large lasers. Now here's this strange part, which I don't quite understand. It has 4 streak SRM2s with a ton of ammo in the left torso. So each torso has 2 streak 2s. And then you got right and left leg, you have your jump jets, which obviously you got to put them someplace. And the legs will make a great place for them. Now, one of the problems I have is like, what the heck? I to be honest with you, streak 2's never been a fan of them. Now, I guess with the new era, and they changed rules, you can put infernals, all right, but you're running around with 4 streak 2's infernals because you only have 1 ton of ammo. Now if I had 2 tons of ammo, I would maybe go 1 standard, 1 inferno, go that route, just so I could cook somebody up, raise their heat. I could see doing that, or hitting infantry or something of that nature. You can kill off a few infantry guys because obviously damage is going to be dished out, so you kill a few of the troopers when you hit them out there at a little bit of range. But overall, I'm not a big fan of the Blackjack 2 because of the streak system. Okay, now there is a few interesting variants. This is I'll be talking about the one I really like, is of the variants of the 3050 era. We have the St. Ives Blackjack 3, which replaces the 2 AC2s for some PPCs, and it keeps all the medium lasers, which has 4. So you got 1 in the right and left torso, 1 in the right and left arm, and then 2 PPCs, which is in the right and left arm. And it gets rid of 1 of the heat sinks for another ton, which you need because obviously the PPCs weigh 7 tons, the AC2s weigh 6 tons, and you have the ammo, so you got to find a ton someplace. And it's just easy enough to steal 1 away from the heat sinks, okay, which isn't a bad deal because the 2 PPCs dish out 20 heat. You can dissipate 20, so the only thing that's going to cause you to heat up is your movement. So if you jump and fire the PPCs, you're going up to 24. So the next turn you're going to have to cool off something, or else be facing some problems with slowing down. And this thing's a 4.64, so it's not necessarily going to be in your best interest to start heating this thing up. So if you jumped and fired the PPCs, obviously you're probably going to be firing only one PPC next turn to cool off a little bit. Okay. Now, if you park this thing makes a great fire support mech, direct fire, is that you park it in, let's say, some heavy woods or something, or heavy woods behind a hill. You could sit there and just bang away with those PPCs without any having movement modifiers on your part, and do some good damage with it. And that is the one thing I like. I love the look of the and usage of the St. Ives Blackjack 3. The only thing I would do differently with it, which is an improvement upon it, is you have plenty of space on it for something important: ferrofibrous armor. It doesn't hurt you because you got plenty of room on this thing for internal structure. So throw some ferrofibrous on it. It may add a little bit of value, battle value cost to you, but you almost max out your armor value. So on a 45-ton, almost maxing out your armor, you can take one more hit or something. That is to your benefit. That's the one thing I like about it. So that would be one thing I would do. Now, let's just take a look at the 3039 one, which is obviously a 4.64, 11 heat sinks. We're looking at 136 points of armor. Carries around a couple AC2s in 4 medium lasers and the jump jets. Okay. If you were sitting as a mercenary commander and you have that thing parked in your stable, what are some of the things you can do for it? Obviously, if you want to keep the AC2s the way they are, okay, you can do that. So you could give it double heat sinks. You can go that route. And let's say, let's just bring this thing up here. Up on the, where is it? There it is. So we have the Blackjack one, which has the 2 autocannons, 4 medium lasers. And what you can do, first thing I would do as a commander is convert this to have ferrofibrous armor. Okay, that doesn't cost you anything other than just increasing your armor. Okay, you got 34 points of internal structure to play with, so that's not a big deal. Alright, so then you can convert this over to double heatsink. That's a must in my book. Now, if you're not going to change the weapon systems of the AC2s, the most heat you're going to do is, say, 12, 14, 18 at the moment. You don't necessarily need that extra heatsink, so go with 10. Alright, so you got 10 double heatsinks. And you go with the ferrofibrous armor. That leaves you basically a ton left. What can you do with a ton? Well, you can add another medium laser. Okay, let's just go that route. Go with another medium laser, so you can add that on there. Okay, so now you're looking at a mech with 5 medium lasers and 2 AC2s, double heat sinks, ferrofibrous armor, so you're practically maxing out. You're only 1 point short of maximum armor, which, heck, this is going to be a pretty decent mech. So you got something that you can use for equivalent of anti-aircraft or plinking out to range. Yeah, it does 2 points of damage. Not really a wonderful thing to worry about, or as the opponent, because, yeah, oh, geez, you hit me with possibly 4 points of damage. So you're basically just gambling, trying to get those snake eyes or head hits. That's pretty much all it is. It's a harassment weapon. And if you're facing off against stuff like VTOLs or hovercraft and you're able to hit them and get motive hits on them, okay, that's where it kind of helps out too. That is the best thing that you can use AC2s for. They're not something you're going to worry about too much as an opponent. Now, one thing I like is with the Blackjack 2, it has 2 large lasers. Let's just say you want to convert those 2 large lasers into ER large lasers, or the 2 AC2s into large lasers. Let's do that. Suddenly you're sitting with 3 tons of space left. Okay, you're going to be cranking out 24 heat, so you could give yourself 13 heat sinks and basically go that route. So now you can dissipate 26 heat. Your 2 large lasers shoot out to 19. Yes, it doesn't shoot as far as the AC2s, but you're gaining 6 points of damage per weapon system. Okay. And that's kind of like how I will look at it, is you're taking the 3039 era and then looking at just upgrading the systems to something similar to the Blackjack 2. So you're taking a Blackjack 1, converting into almost a Blackjack 2, but in my book, getting rid of the AC or those SRM Streak 2s. Yeah, okay. So now you have a Blackjack that has 2 ER large lasers, 1 in each arm, and 5 medium lasers. So the 5 medium lasers plus, that's if you get in close into somebody's face within 9, or let's say 6, you can hit them with the 5 medium lasers. That's 15 heat. Throw in the large laser. That's 27. You can dissipate 26. And if you run, you're only going up a 3. Okay, you can do that for a turn. And then the next turn, if you're probably even closer, just dish out the medium laser. Just scrape off a lot of armor, and then the next turn go back to using another large laser into the mix. Okay, that's kind of how I will deal with this mech. And to be honest with you, that is probably the best way I would mess around with this one. If you want to go with the standard one, book mech, I'd say the Blackjack 3 from the St. Ives pack. That is the best one. Straight off the bat, what I consider the best of the Blackjack configurations. And there's nothing like hitting somebody with a couple of PPCs up in their face. And then if somebody does get in your face, you get the 4 medium lasers. And if you add some ferrofibers on that thing, yeah, it's going to be kind of a beastly little mech. A little slow. It's 464, but it is mobile. Would work good in a city fight. Getting over buildings can displace pretty quickly. So that would be the standard book. Now, if you're a mercenary commander and you got your hands on some upgrade packages and stuff like that, upgrade the heat sinks, upgrade the armor with some ferrofibers. That's a field configuration. You know, you can do that conversion pretty quickly. You don't need a factory setting or anything like that because you're not throwing Indo steel or anything on it. Now, you do have plenty of space to do that. Now, when you throw in the double heat sinks, a 464 with 13 double heat sinks, and then throw in the ferrofibers, and in the weapon system, yeah, your internal structure just basically disappears, and you're running in basically around 1,300 battle value or 1,200 depending on whatever kind of pilot you're going to toss into that. But that one that I designed with the 2 large lasers, which is the same as the Blackjack 2, and then taking the Blackjack 1's medium lasers and then upgrade the systems on it up to the 3050 era technology, makes a great mech. And give that one a try. Take her out and play with it and see what you think of it. That's kind of like how I run my Blackjack in the 3050 era, is go that route right there with, I basically call it the Blackjack 5, I guess, would be. Because there is a Blackjack 4, which is from the Fedcoms, and basically they upgrade the 2 AC2s to AC5s, and I believe it has an XL engine on it, and then has a couple of medium lasers, and I think a target computer added onto it, and ferrofibrous armor. So obviously they throw ferrofibrous on theirs. Kind of an interesting design, you know, with the AC5s, but you know, your mileage may vary if you like using that one. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of that one, and what you think of the St. Ives one, or the I call the Blackjack 5, which is taking your basic Blackjack 1 and doing a field conversion on it. Not really a big change. Basically, you're just taking the space that are in the arms where the autocannons are, replace them with some large laser. You're going to have the space where the ammo goes for those AC2s, and you just replace that space right there where the hole is with another large medium laser. And then you're upgrading your heat sinks to double heat sinks with 13 of them. Alright, let me know what you think. Like and subscribe, share with all your friends, and we will talk with you later. Halcrex out.